Professor Ian Lipkin, a world top epidemiology expert dubbed with the name of virus hunter, has just finished his trip to China, where he talked to his old friend Professor Zhou Nanshan on the coronavirus outbreak.
We met during SARS and we met again this time. And as you know, he's working tirelessly, despite the fact that he's not a young man anymore. And we had frank discussions about what it is he felt we needed. And I'm complete agreement with him. He needs better diagnostics so that he can identify who's sick and who's not. He needs treatments, and he needs vaccines. He also needs personal protective equipment so the people who work with patients or who are doing surveillance don't become infected.
Professor Lipkin calls for a complete ban of trade of wild animals, as they are the major source of the emergent infectious disease.
These exist because people like to eat exotic meats, and because they think they have special medical properties. They don't. They're just risks not only for China, but for the whole world. 70% of emerging infectious diseases, everything from AIDS to Zika, comes in some way or another out of wildlife.
Professor Lipkin says there is no evidence that the virus came out from any lab in Wuhan. He calls on people to stay vigilant towards rumors.
All the evidence that we've seen thus far indicates that this virus came from wildlife. There may have been some intermediate domestic animal, we don't know yet, but it then moved from wildlife into people. It is now spreading person to person very efficiently, and there is no evidence that there was any conspiracy or sloppiness or anything that led to anything coming out of the Institute for Virology in Wuhan.
Professor Lipkin says his team is working on detection kits that can confirm the infected more rapidly and accurately. He hopes that the kits could be put into use as soon as possible so that more people can be saved.
Now, the efforts that we're making really is a function of conversations that I had when I was in China and my own experience, is that the way here at Columbia we can best contribute is by developing diagnostic tests that can make it easier to figure out who should be isolated, who doesn't need to be isolated, and then when we have treatments, who's the person who's going to be, most helped by the ability of access to drugs.